As a surgeon who's dedicated decades to caring for older adults, I'm addressing you today not from a place of professional detachment, but with heartfelt urgency. Seniors, I'm pleading with you. Please stop consuming these 5 vegetables. They're quietly eroding your vision. You might believe your eyes are merely getting older. Perhaps you've observed that sunlight seems overly intense, faces become harder to distinguish, or reading starts to feel exhausting, even if you avoid spending much time with screens or books. But imagine if I revealed that the true offender isn't age or illness. It's sitting right there on your plate. I've witnessed it far too many times. Elderly patients who were generally healthy and mentally sharp suddenly start to lose their sight gradually, without fanfare. One woman shared with me that she could no longer make out her grandson's face in the morning sunlight. Her vision dimmed, not due to any identified condition, but from seemingly harmless vegetables she consumed daily, cooked in methods she never second-guessed. Today, it's still not too late. I'll guide you through the 5 vegetables you need to eliminate from your diet. Not sometime in the future, but beginning right now. If you wish to safeguard your eyes, maintain your independence, and cherish every remaining moment you have to behold. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed already, I suggest you click that button and enable the bell notification so you won't miss any more health advice tailored especially for you. If this video resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, enter a 0 to tell me how I can improve my content for you. 1. Spinach leftovers. Spinach leftovers, a concealed threat lurking in your refrigerator. There's an almost soothing quality to spinach. It's vibrant green, tender once cooked, and has always been viewed as a nutritious essential, particularly for seniors aiming to eat healthily and boost their iron intake. You'll encounter it in omelets, soups, pasta dishes, even in creamy casseroles handed down across generations. But here's the aspect that few recognize. That leftover spinach you warmed up for lunch could be subtly damaging your eyes with each passing day, bite after bite. When spinach gets cooked and then kept overnight in the fridge, an alarming change begins to occur. It starts a chemical shift. Naturally abundant in nitrates, spinach, after cooling and reheating, turns these into nitrites, substances that could heighten oxidative stress throughout the body. Put simply, nitrites might harm the fine, fragile blood vessels supplying your retina. In the long run, such harm can result in macular degeneration, hazy vision, trouble adapting to bright light, and even a slow, painless fading of sight. This isn't mere speculation, it's factual. I've treated patients in their late 70s who avoided smartphones entirely, never read under dim light, never dealt with diabetes, yet their eyesight deteriorated inexplicably. As we investigated their routines, a common thread frequently appeared. The practice of consuming reheated spinach meals multiple times weekly, all for the sake of convenience, frugality, or reducing waste. And I understand completely. None of us desires to discard food, particularly when it's as unassuming as a bowl of sautéed spinach. But consider this. Is a serving of leftovers truly worth endangering your capacity to gaze upon the faces of your loved ones? The true peril of growing older isn't solely the losses we endure. It's the things we unwittingly surrender by clinging to routines that fail to benefit us anymore. And if spinach poses this issue, picture what raw kale in your morning smoothie could be causing. The revelation might catch you off guard. If you're continuing to watch and these revelations are proving useful, kindly leave a number 1 in the comments to show you're on board with me. Now, let's proceed to the next item. Raw kale in smoothies. 2. Raw kale in smoothies, not invariably as beneficial as it seems. Kale has emerged as the icon of nutritious diets. In every magazine focused on senior wellness, every supermarket circular, you'll spot kale lauded as a superfood brimming with fiber, calcium, antioxidants, and essential vitamins. It's hardly surprising that so many older adults eager to remain alert and vital have incorporated raw kale into their everyday smoothie habits. But suppose I informed you that your green concoction could be gradually clouding your sight. In reality, raw kale, consumed excessively, can quietly disrupt your body's capacity to shield your eyes. Kale contains high levels of oxalates, organic compounds that latch onto calcium and zinc, minerals vital for eye wellness, particularly in the retina and macula, the areas housing your central sight. As oxalates combine with these minerals, they create minuscule crystals that resist absorption, effectively depriving your eyes of the sustenance required to remain robust. I've encountered patients who follow all the proper steps. No smoking, consistent workouts, ample water intake, and still they arrive with reports of eye strain, fuzzy vision, or an odd fog in intense sunlight. They're baffled. And when I inquire about their eating habits, many boastfully reply, "I have a kale smoothie each morning." They never anticipated that something so verdant, so pure, might carry unseen repercussions. This isn't meant to instill fear. It's about achieving equilibrium. Kale retains its benefits, but steaming or sautéing it reduces the oxalates, allowing its nutrients to become more accessible to the body. If you've been blending raw kale daily under the belief it's aiding you, perhaps it's moment to reassess that practice. Because if a leafy green such as kale can subtly obstruct the exact nutrients your eyes rely upon, what other items might be concealed in your kitchen, masked by a recognizable crunch and a customary flavor? Let's discuss one of America's most cherished indulgences, pickled vegetables. Their taste is striking, but the repercussions are equally potent. Pickled vegetables. 3. Pickled vegetables. Flavorful yet fraught with peril. There's a sentimental charm to pickled vegetables, be it the snap of a dill pickle alongside your sandwich, the zest of sauerkraut atop a bratwurst, or the sharpness of pickled beets in a salad. These dishes evoke memories of family gatherings, cherished recipes, and uncomplicated eras. They deliver a bold, lively tang. But below the taste and heritage rests a harsh reality that's tough to accept. These items could be steadily impairing your vision. One mouthful after another. Pickled vegetables brim with salt, and not merely a dash. Just one portion might hold hundreds of milligrams of sodium, well exceeding what aging eyes and vessels can tolerate without issue. Surplus salt elevates blood pressure, but more pointedly, it taxes the slender capillaries within the eyes, particularly those serving the retina. Eventually, this stress can compromise the vessel linings, causing microbleeds, obscured sight, and hypertensive retinopathy, a disorder that numerous seniors overlook until their vision has already started to wane. Even more troubling, many store-bought pickles include preservatives and synthetic dyes, elements associated with swelling and oxidative damage. These pose risks not only to your eyes, they overload the whole vascular network, encompassing the circulation to your brain. That everyday pickle you savor for its zing might in fact be blunting your acuity in both vision and cognition. I've conversed with seniors who assured me, "I only have a couple of pickles daily. That couldn't possibly hurt, could it?" But as sight dims and recollection falters like a worn-out vinyl, we frequently yearn to rewind and correct those minor choices, such as grabbing that jar. And if your pickle routine causes this extent of trouble, what occurs when a food you regard as beneficial for the heart, like garlic, begins to work against your eyes as well? The discovery ahead might astonish you further. If you're persisting in viewing and deeming these observations worthwhile, please place a number 1 in the comments to indicate you're engaged. Now, let's advance to the 4th point. 4. Garlic in high doses. Garlic in high doses. Potent yet precarious. Garlic has been revered in American homes and globally for ages, not merely as a savory essential, but as a folk cure. Across generations, it's been extolled as a guardian of the heart, a battler of cholesterol, even a cleanser of the blood. And honestly, garlic possesses remarkable qualities, but like so many elements in existence, excess of a beneficial item can stealthily evolve into a covert hazard. Particularly for seniors, when ingested in substantial quantities, especially uncooked or in potent supplements, garlic functions as a natural anticoagulant. That might appear advantageous, particularly for older folks worried about cardiac wellness or stroke threats. But here's the detail that escapes many. Diluted blood can readily provoke small internal hemorrhages in vulnerable areas of the body, such as the eyes. The retina features intricate capillaries slimmer than a hair filament. With advancing years, those conduits grow even more delicate. Introduce an anticoagulant like garlic, combined with drugs such as aspirin or warfarin, and the likelihood of vitreous hemorrhage, floaters, and abrupt hazy vision rises dramatically. Certain patients of mine likened it to peering through haze or spotting unexpected light bursts. They were unaware that the garlic they took with pride for better flow might have been precisely what unsettled the vessels sustaining their vision. Moderation holds the secret. A clove stirred into your pasta sauce? Delightful. A raw garlic blend every morning topped with supplements? That's where the remedy shifts to detriment. Your body, particularly your eyes, requires sustenance, not excessive adjustment. So next time you grasp for that garlic pill, ponder, am I aiding my body or subtly taxing it? Because if garlic, the earth's healer, can injure your eyes undetected, then envision what the allure of something as basic as canned corn could be concealing. The secret within that syrupy golden morsel might jolt you. Canned corn 5. Canned corn. Handy, but robbing your vision. There's a profound reassurance in canned corn. It's cozy, sugary, and radiant gold. A fragment of summer preserved in metal. It graces dinner tables nationwide, from holiday casseroles to casual weekday suppers. For countless seniors, it evokes comfort, simplicity, and security. But beneath that allure hides a subdued fact. Canned corn could be pilfering the sharpness from your eyes without your awareness. In contrast to fresh or frozen corn, which preserves most of its inherent nourishment, canned corn undergoes intense processing. In production, a significant portion of the crucial lutein and zeaxanthin, two robust antioxidants vital for safeguarding the retina, gets depleted. These elements fulfill a critical function in screening damaging blue light and averting age-related macular degeneration, among the top reasons for sight impairment in seniors. But when you depend on canned corn as a frequent accompaniment, assuming it's benign, you're basically supplying your body with energy minus the defense your eyes urgently require. Compounding the issue, most canned options come loaded with additional sodium and sugar, frequently disguised under terms like seasoned or sweet kernels. Gradually, elevated sodium can heighten intraocular pressure, stressing the optic nerve, while extra sugar fuels inflammation, quietly wearing down not only vision, but general vascular vitality. I've consulted elderly patients who insist it's merely corn, how could it possibly harm? But daily, repeated, small practices mold the vitality we bear into our elder years. And at times, it's the seemingly most benign foods that inflict the deepest enduring damage. So prior to cracking open that next tin, hesitate. Think about opting for fresh or frozen corn as an alternative. A straightforward adjustment that might aid in sustaining your skill to read, drive, and identify the beloved faces around you. Because having revealed what to avoid eating, the inquiry arises. Which vegetables ought you to consume to hone your vision, shield your brain, and bolster your heart simultaneously? The solutions might already reside in your kitchen drawer. 6. Eager to discover which vegetables genuinely mend and guard your eyes. Following the insights on vegetables that could gradually be dimming your sight, it's entirely understandable to wonder, what ought I to consume in their place? What nourishments can genuinely bolster my vision, sustain my mental acuity, and assist my heart in remaining robust through the years? The encouraging aspect is that the solutions aren't tucked away in some distant wellness boutique or costly pill. They're readily available at your neighborhood market, or even in your backyard if fortune favors you. We'll begin with carrots, the timeless hero for eye vitality. Laden with beta-carotene, they assist your body in generating vitamin A, a substance utterly crucial for defending the retina and improving low-light sight. Next comes the red bell pepper, frequently ignored yet subtly brimming with vitamin C and antioxidants that curb swelling and fortify the eye's blood vessels. Or consider kale when softly prepared. It's a storehouse of lutein and zeaxanthin, two substances that serve as innate shades for your retina, protecting it from blue light and lessening the chance of macular degeneration. And never overlook the modest ripe tomato, replete with lycopene. It combats oxidative strain, not solely in your eyes, but across your vascular framework, aiding your heart and brain to remain youthful longer. These aren't passing crazes or whims. They represent nature's offerings, validated by research, poised to grace your everyday meals. The essence lies not merely in consuming vegetables. It's in selecting the appropriate ones in the appropriate manner, with mindfulness, steadiness, and purpose. But even the most beneficial vegetables forfeit their potency if we prepare them improperly or time them wrongly. What follows your meal might prove equally vital as the contents of your plate, and that's precisely the territory we'll examine shortly. Safeguarding your sight commences at the table. Advancing in years doesn't signify yielding your vision. It signifies gaining wisdom, growing more deliberate with each morsel, each routine, each decision. The vegetables outlined today aren't inherently malevolent. Actually, several of them brim with nutrition when handled and savored correctly. But when we perpetuate damaging preparation methods or lean on excessively refined forms, we imperceptibly erode the wellness of our eyes, our thoughts, and our hearts. Your eyesight extends beyond just perusing or navigating. It's about beholding your grandchildren's grins, observing the seasons shift, and acknowledging the countenances of your dear ones. That sharpness merits safeguarding. It's never overly late to alter direction, to exchange a hazardous helping for a restorative one. So, commence today. Re-examine your consumptions, your cooking approaches, and how those selections foster your vitality. Each minor alteration counts because fine vision isn't solely a boon of youth, it's a boon of sagacity. And if this message moved you, disseminate it. Assist another senior in shielding their vision prior to it being too late. Because as we shield our eyes, we don't merely perceive the world, we remain linked to it. These teachings aim to motivate you toward a full, genuine existence. Now, I'd appreciate hearing from you. Spare a moment to contemplate and relay one insight you've gained and intend to implement in your life. Let's bolster one another on this path to adopting these realities. If you relished this video, kindly post a comment bearing one. If not, you're welcome to post with Shazer. Your input holds great value to us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for additional material like this. Thank you for viewing, and cheers to embracing life by your own rules.